This year's theme for the 2012 Impact Now Awards is Diversity is Our Competitive Strength. It is both a declaration and a challenge to the Montgomery County family. The declaration. Nobody can argue that Montgomery County is one of the most diverse jurisdictions in the region and perhaps in the country. Ours is a community that has yielded one of the country's best school systems, from primary through college. We have progressive politics and leaders, a resilient and increasingly green economy, a clean environment, and thriving multicultural schools, all teeming with energy and entrepreneurs and innovative solutions to our world's most pressing challenges. The fact that the whole world is represented here, right here in Montgomery County, positions us in every sector of our community to connect and to compete on the world stage and in the global economy. But with the declaration and the celebration of diversity also comes the challenge. While we celebrate diversity, we must also be clear that diversity does not necessarily mean equity. Stark disparities and inequalities exist in deep pockets, primarily where people of color live, in key quality of life measures related to health, education, income, wealth, and how people show up in the public square. As our county continues to shift demographically, our ability to eradicate these disparities and anything else that limits human potential will ultimately determine our future vitality and our competitiveness as a county. Diversity is our competitive strength. Diversity is our competitive strength? What do you say?
It's interesting. I looked down when you asked the question. I have this quote that I have here, and somebody put it on Twitter, and I wrote it down because I loved it. And it says, "The truth can defend herself, but we must first have the courage to proclaim her first." And I love that because this idea that we already know that diversity is our competitive strength. We already know that the fact that we can hear multiple languages in our community, that we see every hue and every shade of people here, all the faith traditions that are practiced here, the economic diversity, all of those things are very important. So the idea that as a community, we have the courage, dare I say the boldness, to embrace the fact that we are better because we are diverse, that we embrace our pluralism. I love the fact that we're doing that, and love the fact that I'm a part of it, and that this institution is.
It is a competitive strength, and I think that empirically you can show that that's the case. But it's definitely a challenge in terms of just having a diversity of ethnicities, if you will, or nationalities. In and of itself doesn't mean that you've achieved any sort of a real diversity in terms of power.
I strongly believe that diversity is our competitive strength. It's critical to job creation and broadening the tax base, which is how we're going to be paying for the programs and services that have made this a great county.
We should celebrate diversity. Diversity is not a bad thing. It just simply means that different people have different strengths. Let's get the strengths of different people and bring them together for the betterment of everybody.
If Montgomery County truly wants to be this welcoming environment, really where we embrace our diversity, where we understand that being browner, being less wealthy in some cases, being more wealthy in other cases, having an older community, whatever the case may be, if we were truly to embrace those things, we have to welcome everybody.
Diversity presents both opportunities as well as challenges, although when it comes to business opportunities and challenges, I'm reminded of a quote from a good friend of mine who was on one of these Silver Spring committees during the revitalization, who said that the only color that really mattered was green.
Diversity in every sense of the word. Not just that, hey, you get to walk down the sidewalk and hear different languages and smell different types of foods. Those are all wonderful things, and it shows how much progress we've made. But to get to that next level, to really be sort of this example that I think a lot of Montgomery County want us to be, then we would need to take that next step. And that means a lot of sacrifice for a lot of people.
You have rights, you have talent, you have the abilities, bring them forward and use them. Not just for yourself, because that would be selfishness, but for rest of you around, rest of the community around you. When everybody makes progress, you will make progress too.
There's something very powerful about a community when it articulates that we need every member of our community to survive, and I'm going to fight with you to make sure that you do. If we ever decide to do that as a county and do it comprehensively, holistically, deeply at a visceral level, we can change the world.
Know it or not, the rest of America and perhaps the globe is watching us. And if they're not, they should be. For Montgomery County is a microcosm of the challenges and the opportunities that are before not just our nation, but our planet. With perhaps the greatest of these challenges being our ability to relate, exchange, innovate, and grow equitably with each other across lines of difference. Montgomery County family, I'm talking to you this morning. This is the moment, this is our moment to demonstrate the power of our diversity and to make an impact now. Pamoja Tutashinde. Pamoja Tutashinde. Together, we will win. It is only together that we will win.
Baka sunkuratae, kitam kekenyile, berti baka mantarae, ade mobumoe. Kali kiasika, aloma siki kisika, ankantun kekemo, kama sori de Paul, kama shek mu betete, kama shek mu betete, kama shek mu betete. Kama shek mu betete, demba kachem kileng, kutubuli mone bus. Ah, ah.